Hey, Miss Gideon, I want to help you with the probability unit 6, lesson 1. To give you the foundation, this is important. If you understand this as far as probability, it'll help you in the future. Anyway, I'm going to do the practice. So what is the probability of getting an even number when rolling a six-sided number cube? All right, so if I've got a cube, which I've kind of drawn right there, remember like the cube, it has like, the different numbers on it. It's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it actually has 6 sides. So if I remember, probability is going to be the favorable, another what we want number over the total number. All right, so doing that, I always do the denominator first because that's easiest for me. So the total number on a 6-sided number cube is 6. It'll land on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Now the problem is asking what's the probability of an even number. So this would really the probability of an even number. Well, sometimes I even write my options here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my total options. How many of those are even? 2, 4, 6. So that's 1, 2, 3. So 3 out of a 6, which reduces to 1/2. And if we made that a decimal, it would be 0.5. So remember, you can put the 3 divided by 6 in the decimals calculator, and it will reduce it to the fraction and as well as the decimal. Let's move along. You place the letters of the word smart in a bag. What is the probability of choosing a letter that is not a vowel? So the vowels are A, E, I, O, U. So let me just write S, M, A, R, T. All right, so I have how many letters here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the probability of not getting a vowel is going to be something over 5 because I have 5 letters, okay? So that probability, the possible outcomes total, is always your denominator. So what is it asking me? It's asking me the probability of not choosing a vowel. So what I usually do is I find, circle what's not a vowel. Is S a vowel? No, so I'm going to choose that one. That's 1. M is not a vowel. That's 2. Well, A is, R, 3, T, and 4. So that's 4 out of 5. And if I put 4 out of 5 in the decimals calculator, 4 divided by 5, I would also get 0.8. And notice that I'm still not having those choices. But if I remember anything about percents, I can multiply this by 100, giving me 80%. So all these things are building on what you've already learned in this course. So let's move on again. Number 3, if you have a bag with 20 marbles, 2 yellow, 5 green, 12 red, 1 blue, which of the following statements are true? You're going to select all that apply. So we're going to get all that apply. So let's look at the first statement. The probability of choosing a yellow, green, red, or blue marble is 1. The probability of choosing a yellow, green, red, or blue marble is 1. Well, the probability of choosing a yellow, we're only choosing 1. We're only choosing 1 when we draw it. So this is true. The probability of choosing a yellow marble is less than the probability of a blue. Well, we just said they're all 1, so this is not true. I wouldn't select it. The probability of choosing a green marble is 0.25. Well, let's see. Probability of green, maybe I should use green for that. Probability of green is going to equal, how many marbles are there? The total marbles is 20. Let me make some room. Total marbles is 20. That's my denominator. How many green are there? 5. Let's reduce that. Both can be divided by 5, so 1/4. 1/4 as a decimal is 0.25. So that is true. And then the last statement, the probability of choosing a black marble is 0. Are there any black marbles? I've got yellow, green, red, blue. Well, there is none. So yes, it's going to be 0. So you have 3 things to check on that section there. All right, and then moving on to the next question. And I'm sorry that this is blurry. This is the probability of blue is 0.3 and not blue. So it's asking you what the probability is. The probability of blue is 0.3. Well, this is blue, yes. So what is not blue? What you need to remember is probability is 1 or 100% if we're talking about something that is. If we're talking about a total. So we're going to actually take the 1 and we're going to subtract 0.3, giving us 0.7. So your answer for 4 is 0.7. And then the final on the practice, which I'm also going to talk about the quick check in just a second. Which event is considered neither likely nor unlikely? If you remember your scale of 0, 50, and 100, 0 is not, if you watched my video, not going to happen at all. 0% of me doing a backflip successfully is 0%. 100%, well, the 100% is the sun and moon will make a full day. So something like that. So anyway, which is neither? So rolling a number greater than 1 on a 6-sided number cube. Well, that is likely or unlikely. Rolling a 1 on a 6-sided number cube. Well, that's 1/6. That's close to unlikely. Getting heads when flipping a coin. Well, that might be it. Choosing XYZ from a bag containing, well, that's close to unlikely. So remember, flipping a coin is 1/2. So that is neither, that's 50/50. So that is your unlikely, non-likely. Likely or, is neither unlikely or likely because it's halfway at the point. And then the final thing I want to talk about is your quiz, your quick check. I don't like that they just threw this in you without giving you any practice with a spinner. So I'm going to show you, this is the probability of 7 on your quick check. I'm going to do the probability of 5, which is going to be very similar. Remember, the probability is the favorable number over the total number of outcome. So if you're looking at the spinner, how many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 possible answers. So 8 is on my denominator. And I'm asking you the probability of 5. How many 5s are on this spinner? 1. Okay. If it says the probability of, let me see how it's worded. Give me 1 second. Because I think it's not, but I want to see how they put it in there. Okay, so not 5. All right. The total on there is 8. We established that. Well, how many numbers are not 5? Well, then you would just do your 8 minus 1, and that would give you your answer. So I'll let you figure that out. 8 over whatever 8 minus 1 is would go there. Okay, another, let me see if there's anything. A multiple of 2. So if I'm still looking on that spinner, let me erase a little bit of this. If I'm still looking on that spinner and it's asking me something, let me say a multiple of 3 instead of that. So the probability of getting a multiple of 3. All right, so 3 times 1, right, is 3. That's on the spinner. 3 times 2 is 6. That's on the spinner. 3 times 3 is 9, and so that is not. So how many are there? There's 2 multiples over how many possible choices? Well, we just said it was 8. So 1/4 or 25%. So watch what it's asking you. Just figure it out. This in your actual quick check, it says multiple of 2. So do what I did here and then count how many are actually on there. And then factor. I want to explain what factor is as well. So on factors, remember if you have a factor, it's asking a factor of 12, so I'm going to do a factor of 6. What's the probability of getting a factor of 6 on this particular problem? Well, I know my denominator is going to be 8 because there's 8 possible outcomes. So is 1 a factor of 6? Well, let's see. They can do 1. I don't want to do prime factorization tree. I want to see what factors 6. I could do 1 times 6, that equals 6. I could do 2 times 3, that equals 6. I could do, that's about it. So what are the factors? 1 is on there, 2 is on that spinner, 3 is on the spinner, and 2. So 1, 2, 3, and 6 are on the spinner. So how many is that? That's 4, which reduces to 1/2 or 0.5. Again, this is my example. So yours is asking for the factor of 12. So go ahead and do that. 1 times 12. Well, 12 isn't on there. Then do 2 times 6. Go from there. 3 times what? Continue on and then circle the ones that are factors. That will be your numerator over 8 and reduce. And then likelihood. Look at your answers that you just did in the quick check and find the one that's the biggest number there. So here's your hint. Look at number 2's answer choice. All right. Good luck.